Hello everybody and welcome back to WWE 2K14 Universe. I am your host Jitch and you are watching NXT.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by Darren Young. From Live Oak, Florida, weighing 270 pounds, Titus O'Neil.
I don't know why, but when he said making, I thought he was going to say like making moves. I thought he was just going to start joining in with the song. I don't know why, I've seen these guys introduced enough times in my life. Anyway, Titus O'Neil out first. He's going to be competing against DiBiase here tonight. DiBiase says that he is looking to begin an arrangement with Virgil, which could see them as a tag team. I believe the theme song explains why Virgil would team with DiBiase. I'll be right back. My straw has a hole in it. I'm very upset about this. I'll be back in a moment. Well, yeah, so, anyway, this match has taken place here. Titus O'Neil and Darren Young still having their sights set on the Tag Team Championship. However, right now, I would say that that championship is very much preoccupied with the NXT champion and his partner, King Kong Bundy, the Heenan Family. They could be the very next in line for the NXT Tag Team Championship as soon as after tonight, as we've got a huge main event coming your way tonight. The Nexus is all three members, including the Tag Team Champions, of course. Don't know why I said that. All three members would imply that that would include them. But all three members of the Nexus will be facing off against Andre the Giant and King Kong Bundy in a 2-on-3 match, which was requested by the NXT Champion and his cohort, King Kong Bundy. They feel confident that they can take them all on in one match and still come out the winners. That's pretty crazy.
You are watching NXT as the DiBiase, and he doesn't stay down for long. Each of these competitors is looking for the slightest hint of weakness in the other. Look out! Oh, out of nowhere! Oh, tremendous right hand to the temple. Great match here. But if you missed any of the matches from this week, go to WWE.com.
Well, last night on Raw we had a very interesting outcome to the main event. I feel like that's going to be a big talked about one for a while, as Hulk Hogan turned his back on everyone, aligning himself with Shawn Michaels and Kevin Nash. Not even just that, but apparently revealing himself as the leader of that group. A group that has been around since midway through last season.
Oh, come on now, that was just uncalled for. Whoa, I doubt O'Neil expected that. A test for reversal. Can he follow up?
In regards to my straw from earlier. I know you're all very interested in my straw, so I thought I'd just give you an update and say that I got a new one and it's been. You're welcome for the update, man.
No, that slam didn't look pretty. No one home for that one. He's putting those educated feet to good use.
Don't worry, guys. I know what you're here for.
Oh, what's he got in mind?
Titus O'Neil. Oh, you know the funny thing is, by the time this video goes up, I won't remember this straw thing at all. This is gonna be like, if you reference this, I am not gonna know what you're talking about. That's fun. I like that. I'm a little far ahead in terms of like what I am recording versus what's actually up again. I try not to do that too often because I think it kind of damages the quality of like enjoyment for the videos if they're a little bit out of sync with what's actually like new. But this was an exception. I mean, sometimes it's just easier that way because it means that like you're going to be getting episodes more consistently. Like obviously I can either mass upload them and not record them and then it will die, or I can like keep uploading and recording them just really frequently, but the upload should never really catch up to the recordings. I think they might be able to, depending on how often I go to work, because on my work days I don't record.
In a shot to the solar plexus. He's in big trouble. This might be it for Titus O'Neil.
Big slam there by Titus O'Neil. And the urs mean that it is... That's a sound clip. Mean that it is time for the clash of the Titus. I love me some Titus O'Neil, everybody. And he has hit the clash. And he has gone for the cover. And oh! I was about to say, and he's won the match. No, he is not. Ted DiBiase kicked out of the clash of the Titus. That's disrespectful. That's a cool move. And DiBiase now with $1 million dream, just shooting Titus's whole body left and right so violently. And he throws him down. He realizes he's not going to tap out, and Darren Young is going to make sure the referee ain't looking if he does. Kick to the midsection by O'Neil. Oh. Flat in his face.
A swift kick into the collar and elbow tie-up. Only one can come out ahead. And there's the submission hold. Will this do it?
This is probably going to be enough, if I had to guess.
It's been so physical.
You know how this goes.
Hey now. And he wills
Very
his way
nasty.
out.
Submission hold applied here by Titus O'Neil, and of course, naturally, because this is Season 4, baby, that's the way it ends. The Season 4 special, The Stretchy Man.
Here is your winner, Titus O'Neil.
Well, Titus O'Neil picks up a victory and a little bit of momentum for the primetime players as a whole with that win. What is next in line for these boys? I don't know, but I'd like to see a future collision between Titus O'Neil and what am I saying here? Maybe another rematch. I think that's what I was trying to say. I'd like to see a rematch. Well, anyway, I shall see you in the next match. And I'm talking like I'm about to finish the video. As up next, we'll find out who will be competing in an Earn Your Spot match this Saturday on the Superstars. Will it be Ric Flair or Razor Ramon?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing 232 pounds, Ric Flair.
Well, this will certainly be an interesting matchup here. Ric Flair and Razor Ramon, obviously with NXT still being a fairly fresh brand, we don't really have people that are quite established enough just yet to really be at the forefront of these guys could be leaving any second now. But Ric Flair and Razor Ramon are two people who have been very impressive, very talented in their short stints here on NXT. And I think they run both a very good possibility of leaving NXT here tonight. I don't believe they've faced off against each other before in this series. Don't correct me, for the love of God. That never. I don't know what I'm going to. I was going to say gets old, but it's already old. Ric Flair set to face off against Razor Ramon. And, I mean, as I say, they've both had very short stints here in NXT. We haven't seen a lot of competition from them. Their opponent choices for this Saturday Superstars are, of course, Raw's Jake Roberts or SmackDown's Scott Steiner. So those are some pretty tough opponents, some could say.
And approaching the ring from Miami, Florida, weighing
but these are two very impressive superstars right now. I don't feel like they're getting enough love here on NXT, so I do feel like this could be a huge improvement for them. Over on Superstars lately, we've been seeing the former Shield all just really impressing match after match, working their way up the ranks. They'll soon be, I'd imagine, on Raw if they keep up this reputation they're building. The successful singles superstars. But the bad guy, Razor Ramon, could be a very, very interesting addition to SmackDown or Raw. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. We'd all love to see it, damn it. So here we go, Razor Ramon and Ric Flair facing off in this ring. An opportunity to face off against the Raw SmackDown superstar this Saturday on Superstars hangs in the balance. Following this, we've got ourselves a 2-on-3 handicap match as the entire Nexus face off against King Kong Bundy and the NXT champion Andre the Giant. All of NXT's gold in one match. And it has been said that if Bundy and Andre are able to defeat all three members of the Nexus, they will be getting an NXT Tag Team Championship opportunity next week. But on the other side of that, if the Nexus are victorious, then Andre the Giant will defend his NXT Championship next week against Wade Barrett. So either way, we got a big championship match next week in the main event of NXT. It's just whether or not it's going to be 2-on-2 or 1-on-1. Either way, Andre will be in action next week. It's an interesting little note there. I do find it interesting that Andre is, you know, just one big win away from being everything here on NXT. And I do wonder what the future holds for someone that imposing. Ric Flair being very impressive so far in this match against Razor Ramon. Ramon was someone who I had as a shoo-in to win the NXT Championship tournament. I'm not obviously expressing disappointment in the fact that he didn't win it, but I really felt like this guy could go the distance. I was a little surprised to see him lose more than anything, I suppose is what I'm saying, which I get, you know, how that can be flipped into me talking negatively on Ramon, but it's not. You know, it's an interesting thought for these superstars right now. They could win this match here tonight, win their Earn Your Spot match this Saturday on the Superstars, and maybe, with any luck, there's about a month between, they could possibly end up in the Money in the Bank ladder match. That would be very impressive. They'd have to really, really do a good job on Raw or SmackDown to be put in a qualifier that quickly, but it could happen. It could genuinely happen. That could be a huge opportunity for them. Ramon looking very impressive so far against Ric Flair in this one. I feel like this one's only really just gotten started, and already it looks like Ramon is looking to wrap it up with a big back body drop. Takes Ric Flair away from the rope. Smart move. Always want to do that. And that's an immediate kick out by Ric Flair. Where's Ramon going? Ric Flair taking a moment to be on the wind up. I don't really know what Ramon was thinking there. A very, very strange moment in the match. Just walking away more. Oh, what a clothesline. Ramon, I guess that's what he wanted to do before. Ric Flair just toying with... Okay, and that's why you don't toy with Razor Ramon. Ric Flair caught up on the shoulders of Razor Ramon into a Razor's Edge. Oh, God, that move is devastating. Cover attempt here on Flair. And he manages to just about kick out. Razor Ramon is fighting real vicious right now. That's another kick out by Ric Flair.
There's more in their arsenal. I promise you that. I don't know what it is, but they'll find it.
Down there. Ric Flair now into the cover. Nope. Still not enough.
You can see the wear and tear that this fight has taken out of these.
Suspicion hold apply. Oh, Ric Flair able to get his feet in the ropes nice and quick there. Flair looks a little stressed in there right now. I feel like he's not quite played this match out the way he'd like to. There's the knee drop. Perhaps Flair realizing he hasn't done nearly enough damage to Ric Flair in this match to try and put him away with that figure 4 as he now works over the legs of Razor Ramon. Ramon's not going to let that one happen too easily. Oh, kick to the... That was a blatant low blow. I saw where that leg landed. And now Ric Flair doing what Ric Flair needs to do. It took him long enough, but he got there.
Man, that leg's been so damaged. I'm not ready to call the match just yet. That leg's in terrible shape.
Attempt by Ramon. Ric Flair just about able to kick out of that one. I do feel like he's taken a lot of damage in this match, and Razor Ramon is very aware that he's now starting to take a fair bit of leg damage, which is definitely not what you need in a match against Ric Flair. Cover attempt coming in from Razor Ramon here. Is this going to be enough? I feel like Razor is getting a little bit too on the I just want to get the pinfall side of the match right now, and that could cost him real big time. However, once again, Razor Ramon with a big back body drop sends Ric Flair straight into the ropes. Cover attempt here on Flair, and Flair just about able to kick out of that one. If Razor could connect with another Razor's Edge, I think he might genuinely have this. Ric Flair now, out of pure desperation, he realizes the situation that he's in, and he goes straight in for the figure 4 leg lock. He's got that thing locked in tight. Razor Ramon has got nowhere to go. He's swimming through the air right now. See the way he's grabbing his head, is like trying to bear with the pain. Kick to the midsection. Is Razor's legs going to be strong enough for another Razor's Edge? Ramon taking Flair out from the corner. Smart move. And Ric Flair is still in this one. Back and forth blows, and oh, Ramon wasting no time. Ric Flair caught up on the shoulders of Razor Ramon for a second. Razor's Edge flat down, dead center of the ring. Cover on Flair. Razor Ramon will be in an Earn Your Spot match this Saturday. Will he be headed to Raw or SmackDown? Can he even defeat Jake Roberts or Scott Steiner? The choice is all his. And now we can see that great Razor Ramon face once again. Where is it? Right now he looks fine. Do the face. Do the little wiggle first. Yeah, there's a little wiggle. And then the face. Where is it? There's a face he pulls where he just looks really strange. And it finishes up. There it is! Razor Ramon is victorious as we move on to our main event. 2-on-3. Can the Heenan family defeat the Nexus?
The following contest is a handicap match. Approaching the ring from Grenoble in the French Alps, weighing 476 pounds, the NXT champion, the 8th wonder of the world, Andre the Giant.
Well, here comes one lethal giant. Andre the Giant, owner of the NXT Championship. This man sat back and watched last week as Wade Barrett and his cohorts took out Big E Langston. And I don't think he really cared. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't think Andre the Giant is upset that he's not defending the NXT Championship, not only against Big E Langston, but at all. He is now officially past the required amount of days for defending a championship, but that wasn't actually his choice, admittedly. That match went to a no contest, well, that match never happened, because Wade Barrett took out, I say Wade Barrett, the Nexus took out Big E Langston last week, and Barrett has got his sights set hard on Andre the Giant's NXT Championship after not being able to be in contention for the United States Championship over on Raw, losing his position on Raw to the Shield.
And his partner from Atlantic City, New Jersey, weighing
tell you, this pairing of absolutely lethal giants, this is a very big deal to NXT as a whole. I don't know if a lot of people realize what we are witnessing when these guys are in action, but it is no joke. You look at the size of King Kong Bundy, you look at the size of Andre the Giant, the strength these two possess. It is incredible to me that they even have a tag team loss. I feel like the Heenan family is something that should be a lot more feared than it is. But I think for a lot of people, it just hasn't set in yet how dangerous these guys are here on NXT and the damage that they can do. They are definitely the god here on NXT that you need to go through, and they do not make life easy, to say the very least. Here they come. The Nexus. Working as a trio for the second time. Now, the last time we saw these guys work as a trio, they lost to the Shield. However, this is 2-on-3, but with people the size of Andre and King Kong Bundy, this may as well be 4-on-3. Those guys are huge.
And his opponents, the NXT Tag Team Champions, Wade Barrett, Justin Gabriel, and David Otunga, the Nexus.
The Nexus are back there in full swing, and honestly, I feel like they're making a much bigger impact here on NXT right now than they ever did over on Raw back in Season 1. These guys seem to be really in their stride right now. Unfortunately, it comes with them losing their position over on Raw, but I honestly think that's been for the best for these guys. They've got a new lease on life. You know, sometimes it's good to be a big fish in a small pond, and that's exactly what I think these three are right now. They are a very big deal taking over a brand that is full of newcomers. They are making sure that they are feared and quick. Obviously, I don't think Andre the Giant and King Kong Bundy necessarily fear these guys, but they're going to try and beat that respect into those two by the time this match is over. That I do believe. It takes talent to size and strength of Andre the Giant to not be afraid at the sight of the Nexus. That was one hell of a way to start the match. Andre the Giant just ran straight in, shoved Barrett to the ground. And this is the match that Barrett wants. Barrett wants Andre the Giant for the NXT Championship next week, where he gets a taste of what he's... Okay, never mind. He was going to get a taste of what he was in for, potentially. But that did not happen. King Kong Bundy tagged in there. Heenan absent from this matchup. So he doesn't need to be there. Just let these two get the job done by themselves. Obviously, for anyone that's actually curious why that really is, it's because I don't actually have the ability to put a manager in a 2-on-3 handicap match. It's not a function. Well, either way, coming out of this one, we got a championship match next week. I know the Nexus are definitely hoping for the NXT Championship opportunity. I don't think Andre the Giant is too concerned if he loses this match. I think he'll happily take on Wade Barrett. That seems like a very confident man. But I will say that I think the Nexus would be afraid to have to defend those NXT Tag Team Championships in a rematch next week. Because you think a rematch next week, but for the NXT Tag Team Championship, it's going to favor the Heenan family even more than this one. Because that's a straight up 2-on-2. If they can beat these guys 2-on-3, they can beat them 2-on-2. And if they can beat them 2-on-2, then they're guaranteed to win the NXT Tag Team Championships next week, pretty much. Justin Gabriel and David Otunga are two superstars that have very much experienced that fall from grace that I word it as many times in the past. These two were at one point some seriously impressive... Well, Justin Gabriel was a seriously impressive superstar. I'm not going to lie to you and say that David Otunga really ever had a lot of momentum going for him. But they've really felt it slip away recently. It's a shame, but hey, these things happen.
These are great competitors, great, tremendous gladiators here in WWE.
Just looking around with the back
SmackDown.
And there's a tag. We're in the feel it out process here.
What a body bag.
And maintain control. He's in control. Man, Otunga's just pure destruction in there right now.
Well, David Otunga getting manhandled, something he is no stranger to in his time on...
I don't think he's ever been on SmackDown. I was about to say every brand, but I don't believe he's ever been on SmackDown. I think he's only ever been on Raw and ECW.
You are watching NXT.
Remember ECW?
WWE searches for its next.
I didn't think ECW was that bad of a brand. I think I did a pretty alright job. I would say that. Okay. I think towards the end it was kind of bad. Like the end of the season, when I'd be like releasing everybody. I think that definitely suffered a little bit from that, but there's not a lot I could do about that. If they're not in the next game, then they can't stay. Andre is just pummeling David Otunga, and I gotta tell you, the difference in size is one thing, but also the strength difference. You think David Otunga, he's got a very peak physique. That is a guy who is very in shape, but unfortunately you're seeing exactly how much that doesn't matter ultimately. Andre just crushed David Otunga. Oh, Otunga just about managed to kick out. I thought this one was already over for the Nexus. Seems like tagging Otunga in has been a huge mistake. He is getting overwhelmed in that ring right now. And that's it. That is enough. David Otunga couldn't take anymore. The man is knocked out. He passed out from his own pain there in that submission hold. And just like that, the Heenan family will face Otunga and Gabriel for the NXT Tag Team Championship next week. I am very concerned for the Nexus right now. They might have gotten off to a good start here on NXT. I don't think it's going to stay that way. Andre the Giant is looking at becoming a double champion next week. The Nexus are going to have to do something big. They're going to have to pull out all the stops to win in next week's main event and retain the NXT Tag Team Championship in their first event. Well, thank you all for watching this episode of NXT. I will see you next week when they defend the tag team titles in a rematch from what we just saw, minus Wade Barrett. And considering it was Otunga that lost, that's not a good sign for the champions. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.